It's like, okay, I'm gonna become a skydiver. So what's the process of that?
But skydiving you cannot do 5 minutes. You die. One jump and I'm gonna ask you all the questions you cannot answer. So basically, the price of skydiving is not much on the club itself. It's the aircraft.
And it's safe.
Yeah. If you deploy your parachute.
Who introduced you to skydiving and how did you get into it?
All right. So skydiving is, for me, is something special because it's part of the family.
Oh, okay.
All right. So my father was the first civilian skydiver in Malaysia way back in 1978.
Can you explain me what is civilian skydiver?
So back then, skydiving is commonly done by the military.
Oh,
All right. So there's no civilian skydiving. There's no like sports skydiving.
oh, okay.
All right. So civilian skydiving was introduced in Malaysia, 1978. Right, even back then, they are using the round canopies,
Okay.
not the square one that we are currently using.
All right.
So that was the start of skydiving around the world.
Right.
Right. So my father was the first civilian. He signed up with the military because the military opened up for public to try to taste of skydiving, and he loved it. And somehow from there, he just go on with skydiving and he established the first skydiving club in Malaysia.
Oh, okay.
Right, back then, the club was known as Wilayah Skydiving Club.
Oh, okay.
So the name of Wilayah Skydiving Club is no more because the club was registered back then, but with ROS, Registrar of Society. But then early 2000, I think, there's this PJS, Pesuruhjaya Sukan or Sport Commission.
Right.
So you need to register all sport association under PJS
Yes. Okay.
or ROSA they call it. So ROS is no more. So when we registered with Registrar of Sport Association, they said we cannot use the name of Wilayah. So Wilayah because it represents a state.
Oh,
So it must be something, just a normal club name. So we put Hawk Skydiving Club. So that's how we got ourselves.
right.
Hawk
So your
Skydiving
dad
Club.
is the founder of Hawk Skydiving
So
Club.
yeah, so we started with Wilayah, and then we changed to KL Skydiving,
Right.
and then to Hawk. Basically, it's the same people, just the name of the association.
Right. Then how did your dad introduce you to it? Did he want you to pursue it as a career, or he was like, "Oh, let's go, let's have fun"? Were you
Alright,
scared?
so way back then when I was a kid, my dad is already an instructor in skydiving. So wherever he goes, I mean, if he goes to competition or he goes for training, I was there. So the sport developed inside me. Like I know the in and out of the sport when I was a kid because I keep listening to what he teach. I'm exposed to all these competitions.
Right.
So when year 2000 was it? Yeah, year 2000. So before year 2000, 1999. So there was a project to jump over North Pole. South Pole. In for year 2000. So 1998, Malaysia sent to jump over North Pole with the Proton car. And then for year 2000, they wanted to do a South Pole jump. So in 1999, my father went to the States to get his high altitude jump and also tandem rating.
Right.
It's because back then, I mean, those days, even year 2000, the best place to go is always United States because they are like the mecca for skydiving.
Even now?
Even now, yeah.
Really? Because I see a lot of things in Dubai, right?
Dubai is just, we call it a tandem factory.
What does that mean?
So it's not for sports skydivers.
Oh, okay.
It's more towards for people who just want to try skydiving.
It's like marketing play, is it?
It's not marketing place because, okay, skydivers, we don't really look for the view. We enjoy the jump itself. But for normal people, they want the view.
Oh.
All right, for us, we want altitude. You give us the higher we get, the more we like it. But for normal people, they want the view. because we don't focus for the view, we focus for the jump.
Right, I get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's go back a bit and like then. So, how was your first dive, and how did
So
you?
okay, when my father came back to Malaysia from the States, so he got his tandem rating. So tandem means you can carry people.
Right.
So I was his first passenger in Malaysia.
Oh, okay.
So back that time I was like 11 years old.
Oh,
Yeah, so I did my first tandem, and at the age of 13, Form 1, in high school, I did my first solo skydive. So from there, I just like,
that's the coolest
Charge.
thing ever a kid can do. Very popular, like probably.
it's not really.
That's a big brag, right? I can skydive at the age of 13.
But then
rolling.
when you tell someone, for example, like when I was like at the age of 13, when I say I'm a skydiver, no one will trust me and no one will believe me. First, back then, year 2000, there's no GoPro.
Oh, yeah.
There's no phones with camera or anything. So there's no proof. I mean, I have a photo like, the film photo.
Yeah, right.
But, you don't carry that to show around.
Wow.
So,
At 13, I was eating dust. Oh, you would dive alone, solo.
yeah.
Wow, that's impressive. Okay, so then you naturally just continue to grow into the hog skydiving, is it? Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So my father managed the club for until before COVID.
Hmm.
So now I'm currently is in charge for the club.
Oh, okay.
So skydiving is.
So you're kind of like the CEO of Hawk Skydiving right now?
I'm the president.
President
for
of
the
Hawk.
club, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah. So like in Malaysia there are a few clubs.
Right.
Not only us. All right. But for us we are the pure 100% civilian club.
Right. Okay.
We are the only club I think that have all the license to operate as a skydiving school.
Yeah, and why is it in Johor, not in KL?
I don't know. Okay. Now we not no more in Johor. We're now jump in over Taiping Perak.
Oh, okay.
So skydiving is a sport that requires a lot of permission, because we are using airspace.
Right.
So you ask me why KL cannot skydive, because airlines are passing through KL.
Oh.
So for example, like from the east side, there's a route going to Kelai, and for the west side will be the route to Subang Airport. So there's no way we can jump. So basically, there's 3 states you cannot jump, which is Selangor, Negeri Sembilan, and Melaka.
Oh.
These 3 states, because it's a route for them to circuit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now you're like, how many dives you have? Probably like
Currently, like 1,005.
1,005.
Yeah, so not much actually.
Really?
Yeah, because I've been in the sport for like 20 plus years. Supposedly, I should have like maybe 5 digits.
Well, why do you think that's low? Because you just
Because skydiving in Malaysia, because I don't go out to
dive.
to skydive outside, like work as a full time skydiver. I'm here because my dad is still here, and he wants to see skydiving in Malaysia. Because if I were to, for example, if I go to work somewhere else, then nobody gonna do skydiving, because I'm the only rated skydiving instructor with certificate
in Malaysia.
In Malaysia, yeah. Okay, you have to understand there are people who don't understand.
Yeah,
in term of when people say they are skydiving instructors. Okay, they are civilian skydiving instructors, and they are also military skydiving instructors.
Okay.
And these two kind of skydiving, they are two different things.
Isn't it?
They are okay. I mean, they still jump from a specific from serviceable aircraft,
right?
But in terms of the type of jump, all right. So like military skydivers, they are more belly to earth, like just flat,
right?
Because their job is to carry weapons and all, and to go inside enemy line,
right?
All right. So our job, in terms of sports, we have many disciplines. We have wingsuit, we have free flying, we have formation skydive. So artistic, so many things. Angle skydiving, so many things. Which doesn't done by the military.
Right.
So When people say they are military instructors, yes, they are skydiving instructors, but they cannot teach civilian skydivers.
Yeah.
All right. First of all, in terms of teaching, is totally different.
Right. Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Totally
they are
different.
more into combat. Ours
Yeah.
more into sport.
Yeah. Definitely.
People pay to enjoy the
The
skydive.
experience. Yeah.
For them, it's a course for them to how do you say?
Yeah. To train, to
Yeah,
get ready for
basically,
the.
to train
Yeah. To get ready. I
to get
understand.
for war, right?
Yeah.
So it's two different entity.
Right. Let's now look into recreational skydiving, right?
Yeah.
So how does it work? Now, let's say I know there are a few limits. Maybe we can start with the restrictions. So the person's age, weight, and those kind of restrictions. What are those?
All right. So first will be the age. So USPA, because I'm a USPA instructor, so it's must be a legal age for that country.
Okay. So let's.
So like Malaysia is 18.
18.
Alright. So we put 18 up to 65.
18.
So
up to
basically, there's no
65.
limit. So up to
Yeah.
what age?
Yeah.
But in terms of insurance coverage,
And what is USP?
United States Parachuting Association.
So that's your certified
Yeah.
certification. Okay. So that's the age. Then the weight.
the weight. Okay, there's no weight limit. Alright, but it's subject to the school.
Right.
So minimum you need to have some drop zone. Some school they put 40 kg. Like I put 50 kg.
That's below. Above. I'm at that end. So.
Yeah, so like that's the minimum. So
Yeah.
maximum you can go for me, I'll put 90 kilo.
Oh, okay.
All right. So some places they can offer more because they have the equipment.
Oh.
Right. Because it's not about just the parachute. You need to understand the fitting of the harness.
Right.
All
Yeah,
right.
just like scuba also.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
All right. So like skydiving, it come with specific. For example, like I'm thin. I need to order a harness that fit me. I cannot wear something your size because I
Right.
can slip through
Yeah.
during free fall.
Yeah, that's not fun.
All right. So skydiving, in terms of, like you asked me about weight, I have the limit because I have that specific equipment.
Oh, okay.
So some drones, maybe Skydive Dubai, they can offer more because they
Oh.
have many equipment.
I always thought it's about the control, that how much weight can you control. That's why it's the limit.
Not really.
No, oh, it's just the equipment
The
basically.
equipment,
Oh,
the equipment limit.
all right. Is there any other limitations?
Health condition.
Okay.
So
Heart patients and all.
yeah,
those kind of
more
things?
or less like that. So for me, like I want that someone just to declare that they are physically and mentally fit. But in terms of a proper way, you need to go to a doctor and get the paper done.
Right.
Because there are people who are unsound mind,
Right.
which we cannot identify. Maybe they want to go commit suicide.
Oh.
All right, so sign up
Damn,
for
I didn't
skydiving.
even think of that.
Yeah. So
Wow,
it's kind of because I've been through that. I have people who sign up, and when I ask, they say, "Oh, I just got broken up." And
Oh,
then when I ask them further, and then the answer's gonna get more fishy.
yeah, but the danger is also they're attached to you, so your life is in danger as well, right? If they're
Because in terms of skydiving, there's 3 ways that you can start skydiving.
okay, so now we covered
so you have tandem skydive whereby I carry you,
yeah.
and then there's a solo static line. You jump from the aircraft solo, and the parachute will deploy within 5 seconds.
Oh, so it's just a 5-second fall and then.
and then you have a parachute.
Oh, okay.
All right. Another one will be the AFF, accelerated free fall. You will jump with 2 instructors by your side.
Oh, okay.
So there's 3 ways. So all these 3, so there are fatalities report.
Right.
It can be the fault of the instructor or the equipment or even the student.
Yes.
All right. So the first thing that we want to tick off will be a student that want to commit suicide, because they are there not to perform skydiving.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Well, that's shocking.
Yeah. They are.
But in terms of this took a dark turn. Let me say so quick. But in terms of the safety of skydiving, I think it's pretty safe. I think it's safer
now-
than scuba
now-
diving and all these
I
other
mean,
sports, right?
Nowadays, skydiving, I can say up to date. I would say it's one of the safest spot.
Yeah, that's what I read online too.
It's
Yeah,
one of the safest spot because in terms of accident or fatality rate,
right.
it's only like 1% or less for the whole year.
Mm,
Because number of skydiving done in a year, for example, like in Dubai, per day they do hundreds of jumps.
really?
Yeah,
Where
like
Palm Jumeirah?
Palm and also Desert Campus, so they have two
Okay.
over Dubai. So daily they do like hundreds because they operate by 4 to 5 aircraft. So they go non-stop. So 1 hour they can do like the aircraft will take off and maybe 10 times. Yeah.
Okay, so now since we know now what are the restrictions and what are the different kinds of jumps,
Mhm.
let's go into the training process. Are the training process different for each?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with the first one.
Okay, so
then.
tandem. So tandem skydive, it started as a method how to learn skydiving, whereby you are attached to the instructor. So
Right.
the instructor just guide you. All right. So he tell you, okay, now, for example, like if you want to understand canopy flying, so once the parachute deploy, so the instructor is behind you and just tell you, okay, you need to turn to the right and fly this way.
Mm.
All right. So in terms of static line, is you need to perform the jump itself on your own. The one tandem is performed by the instructor during the exit and during the fall,
Mm.
and you only learn how to fly the parachute
Oh,
because
okay.
the one that control you during the free fall will be the instructor.
Yeah, I think that's the safest
Yeah.
way, right?
And then it comes to static line. Static line, you need to perform everything from the
What's the
exit.
training? What are the classes? I'm sorry to cut you, but
Okay,
like,
for tandem, so tandem right now nowadays is more towards commercial
Mhm.
skydiving. So there's no more doing classes on tandem. So it's
Oh.
just a 30-minute briefing. It just tell you what you need to do, the do's and the don'ts,
Mhm.
and then we do the jump.
And how much would that cost in total?
For tandem, it costs for someone to try tandem. It's between 2,000 up to 3,500 ringgit. I mean that's the range worldwide.
Okay.
Alright, so if you go to Aussie, it will be about 2,000 ringgit. If you go to Dubai, about 3,500.
Yeah, Dubai is expensive in everything.
And then like us, we are selling at 3,200.
All right.
Alright. And for example, like Thailand is about 2,500.
Right. And in tandem, how long is the jump? What's the free fall time?
Okay, it's also subject to the drop zone. For example, like the Aussie, there are drop zone who offer 14,000 feet.
Okay.
Like Dubai offers 13,000 feet.
All right.
Thailand 12,000. Like here we do 10,000 max.
And the free fall is how many seconds?
So free fall, okay. The calculation is that every 1,000 feet is 5 seconds. Yeah. So every 1,000 feet, and you deploy for tandem, you deploy your parachute at 5,000 feet. So you have, for example, like here we free fall for 5,000 feet. So it's about 5 times 5, 25 plus 5, 30 seconds. Yeah.
So that's the math behind it. Oh, okay. Then the next kind is
the static
the
line.
solo, the solo one.
Solo static line. You jump from the aircraft. The parachute will deploy within 5 seconds.
Right. What if you're like upside down or something?
So that's the point. No matter what, the parachute will deploy, even you're upside down.
Oh, that's
Because, okay,
dangerous, right?
Okay, in skydiving, there are 3 priorities in terms of during your fall to deploy your parachute. So number
Right.
1 is to pull your parachute.
Mm-hmm.
That's the number 1 priority. Number 2 is pull your parachute at the correct altitude.
Mm-hmm.
The second priority, and the third one is pull your parachute at the correct altitude with stability.
Right.
So no matter what, you still need to pull.
Right.
So if you are unstable and you want to wait yourself to get stable, you will lose height because you are losing height every 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter
Right.
what, you still need to have a parachute above your head.
Oh, yeah. Right. And what's the training process for that one?
So it's a 6-hour ground class.
Oh,
6-hour ground class, and then you do your jump the next day.
oh, okay. So it's a 1 day course basically, or 6 hours course?
Yeah, 6 hours plus basically a 2-day course.
2 day course.
2-day
Oh.
course, yeah.
Is it true? Like you'll put them on skateboards and.
Okay, that one
That's
is more towards on AFF.
Oh, okay. So that's the in that 6 hour course. Maybe we can go a bit in detail. What do you cover, and then we move to
Alright,
EFF.
so it's similar to AFF. It's just the method is different. So one is you jump on your own without the instructor assisting you, and
Right.
you jump, the parachute will automatically open. Like 5 seconds, you don't have to do anything. The parachute will deploy.
Right.
Alright, and you will handle the parachute until landing with the guidance of the instructor.
So in ground class, what are you teaching them basically to
So from the
stabilize?
So not really. So we will cover the introduction of the equipment, how the equipment operates,
Right.
and then how to exit the aircraft and the body position that they need to perform.
Right.
So once they done that, and then how to exit, how to check the parachutes, whether is it okay, is it flyable or not.
Right.
Alright. So once they cover that, they proceed to how to fly the parachute,
Right.
and then the landing,
Right.
and then all the emergencies.
Okay, so what is the safety thing in this? Like, if someone is going, yeah, you have done the medical, you have done anything. What is the safety? Is there any safety on it? Because it's safe.
So
The
safety,
sport itself is
what do you mean like safe?
what happens if in the air something goes wrong? Like, I'm an idiot, right? And I'm just like
what do you mean like?
I don't know. I was just in a weird position when the parachute got deployed, or I just fainted.
Skydiving, you have two parachutes. You have your main parachute, and then you have your reserve.
Okay.
So you're gonna deploy your main. If your main got malfunction, you still have your reserve.
Right, and it's auto.
So the reserve comes with AAD.
Okay.
Alright, but not all equipment come with AAD. So AAD is optional.
Mm-hmm.
So like us, all the student rig, we put AAD. So AAD stands for automatic activation device. It's whereby if you do not pull your parachute at certain altitude, it will deploy. The reserve.
Okay.
So basically, it deploys at about 700 feet.
Right.
So no one wants to deploy below 2,000 feet.
Right.
So it's a last
case scenario.
Yeah, last lifeline. But like I said, that device is man-made. It can fail because the manufacturer doesn't say it's 100% work, but it does save life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But considering all these factors, it's still pretty safe, right? So
yeah, I mean, it's safer than driving.
Yeah, I know. I read online. I was like, oh, okay. Luckily, I take Grab. Okay. Now the next is the EFF. Oh,
AFF. Yeah. Accelerated free fall.
All right. So now, what's that about?
So you go straight away free fall instead of doing. Okay, static line is more or less, we call it the old school ways. EFF is the new era.
Right.
How to learn skydiving, because people doesn't want to spend 5 second
free fall
exit from the aircraft and have parachute. People wants to have like 50 second of free fall.
Oh.
So with the current development, we have wind tunnel. All right. So people are going towards EFF.
Right. So just to clarify, when you say wind tunnel, you mean the indoor skydiving community now, right? It's in Petaling Jaya.
Yeah,
I think,
it's
right?
in Wanutama.
Wanutama, right?
Yeah.
How is that? Is that similar?
I mean, if you want to learn body flight, yes. I worked there before.
Oh, you worked there before? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's pretty similar to that.
Okay, in terms of similarities of flying, yes. But in terms of other factors, no.
What are the other factors?
Fear.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The view sucks, first of all.
I mean, the number one will be fear, because people get afraid once the door open.
Yeah.
Because this one, you see the net, you see the glass, there's nothing. It's in a controlled environment.
Right.
So like, if you tumble or flip or anything, you fall to the net. But in the sky, if you start flipping and doing unstable, you are going faster.
Right.
Yeah, so it's in a controlled manner and in a non-controlled environment. So people now go to the wind tunnel first and learn everything so that they won't risk their life in skydiving.
Right.
Yeah, because like in the tunnel you can pay, maybe you want to fly 5 minutes, you can straight 5 minutes inside. But skydiving you cannot do 5 minutes. You die. Because you know, if you jump from
Yeah.
10,000 feet, you have 25-30 seconds of free fall.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So the heights are same for all three 10,000.
Okay, for tandem, minimum height will be 8,500 feet.
feet.
Minimum height. And then for static line, it's 3,500 feet up to 4,000.
Okay.
It's low because
Okay.
parachute automatically open.
Right.
And then for AFF, minimum height is 9,500.
So is that base jump? Is that no, that's different. Okay, we'll cover that later. Okay, now among all these three, what is the like cost? So like you mentioned, it's 3,200 for the basic one, the tandem one.
Yeah.
And what is the next one?
So
The
static line currently, like in Malaysia, it's 2,100 ringgit for one jump.
2,100.
Yeah.
Why is it cheaper? Because the one person is not.
Because first it's one person and then it's lower altitude.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So basically, the price of skydiving is not much on the club itself. It's the aircraft. So people don't understand that the aircraft cost is expensive. It's not like diving. Diving, you buy boats, you can easily buy boats.
Right.
Maybe 100,000, 200,000, or maybe half mil. But plane, just a normal 5-seater plane will cost you at least $1 million.
So the main cost of skydiving is basically the clubs paying the aircraft companies and all those things. Oh, okay. So that's why it's so expensive.
And the aircraft fuel is about 15 ringgit per liter.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
And then the next one, the AFF,
Yeah, accelerated free fall.
that one cost is?
Okay, the cost to complete that program, because it consists of indoor skydiving as well as the ground school and 8 jumps. Right, so total of 8 jumps you need to complete and you need to pass. If you don't pass, you need to repeat the jump. So it start from 10,000 up to 15,000.
Oh,
It depends
so
on
that's
your
like
progression.
pro. That's like probably a yearly or 2-year commitment with, or
So
a
you do
few
it-
months commitment.
You do it just in 1 week.
Really?
Yeah.
You'll make them jump 10 times in a week?
Because okay, in skydiving, you cannot lapse within, for a student, you cannot lapse within 30 days. The reason being, because if you do one jump today, next month you come back and you want to do one jump, and I'm gonna ask you all the questions you cannot answer.
Oh.
Because it's not already in your mind. It's like, you want to attend for exam, you study, and then the next week you don't.
Yeah. For me, even before.
Yeah. So that is why skydiving, because skydiving is not something like scuba. When people compare with scuba is you can reverse back. Skydiving, you just go one way.
Scuba is pretty easy.
I mean,
I've done scuba.
scuba
it's
is
not
also
that
dangerous.
difficult.
It's also dangerous.
It's more dangerous than skydiving, I've read. Yeah.
I mean, both have risks. It's just that scuba you can reverse back. You can go back to your point A or point B. Skydiving is one way. You cannot reach back to your aircraft.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Once you leave the aircraft, that's it.
Okay, so now these are the recreational one.
Yeah.
Now let's say some kid who didn't have a like father like yours,
Yeah.
who really wants to get into skydiving. He's like crazy about your skydiving videos. He's just watching. He's like, okay, I'm gonna become a skydiver. So what's the process of that?
So first of all, fulfill the requirement.
Yeah,
Right.
which is age.
So normally,
health.
how people reach me is either website or Instagram.
Right.
All right. So because of my posting, so they
WhatsApp.
yeah.
WhatsApp.
So they reach me and then they like ask how to proceed. So I'll give the option they can choose. So it's also subject to budget.
Right.
Because some people, they just want to try skydiving. Skydiving is just a bucket list. So they do tandem.
Right.
Some, they really want to become a certified skydiver because their ambition is, I want to skydive in Dubai, for example.
Right.
So that one they offer them AFF.
Oh, okay. Then once they have AFF, will the dives get cheaper?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because you don't pay for the instructors
yeah,
anymore.
right.
Yeah. But
Okay.
still you need, because you still need to buy the jump tickets and also the gear rental.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then let's say a person gets AFF certified.
Yeah.
Now, is the person ready for tandem? No, there's a separate course for that.
Tandem, what do you mean?
Like to start teaching or
Okay,
instructing and all that.
to start teaching and instruct, so you need a minimum of 2 years, and then you need to log minimum 500. It's subject to countries. For example, like USPA, they put 500 jumps.
Right.
Yeah, 500 jumps. So nowadays, people can clock 500 jumps in a year, or maybe 2 years. For example, like BPA, British Parachute Association, or APF, Australian, they put 1,000.
Oh, okay.
So basically, USPA is the mother of all skydiving because they are the founder. So like the APF, BPA, they are the one who adapt USPA, but then they have to put higher standard because they cannot copy right away, So that's why they put like 1,000 jump number, so that first of all it makes you
Person takes the AFF, takes the 500 jumps requirement. What's next? Is there any course? Anything?
they need to go for the course.
Right. Which is under Hawk?
No. So that will be conducted by examiners. So there are examiners around, not in Malaysia. They are in Thailand, Singapore. But these guys move around.
Oh, so it's just like wherever people
Yeah.
want to be.
So like most skydivers, they travel around. Because that's skydiving, because it's by season. So normally they jump like 6 months and then 6 months traveling.
Oh, okay. So that's the process. Is it a good industry to get into for Malaysia? It seems less.
Not in Malaysia.
Not in Malaysia.
Not in Malaysia. Like myself, I'll bring my student for EFF student. I bring to Thailand.
Oh, you've been to Thailand.
So like I'm more for Malaysia, just focus on the tandem and static because that's the range that people can afford.
Oh, so it's the money factor or it's
Yeah.
the interest factor? It's the money factor. Oh,
Money, yeah, it's the money. If someone wants to engage skydiving as their recreational sport, so for example, like we don't really skydive here because we don't have like a proper drop zone that operates every day. So the nearest will be Thailand. It's the same as Singaporean because they don't have a place to jump. They need to travel to Thailand. But then because of the Singaporean, their money is strong, so they can travel monthly.
Yeah, easily. Yeah.
And to jump, because for example, like Thailand, per jump, the ticket per jump is 200 ringgit. It's about 200 ringgit. It's about 1,300 baht, which is about almost 200 ringgit.
But is it safe? They follow proper safety.
I mean, they run according to USPA. All the world champion goes there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because they are the mecca for skydiving for Asia.
Yeah, but Thailand is like good in everything. Like if you talk about scuba diving, people want to go there. Skydiving, people want to go there.
Because the Westerners invest over there.
Oh,
because their government is more lenient over there.
Right.
Like Malaysian government is more like, when the Western comes in, blah blah blah, you need to got all this. It's not promoting the country. Like Thailand, their aim is to make skydiving as a center for Asia, and they manage that.
Oh, it's done.
It's done.
Oh,
the world are now, if Europe is freezing, they come to Thailand to skydive.
Yeah.
That's why you can see like the world champion and all are now based in Thailand.
So how tempted are you to go there?
I mean, I used to work there before in Thailand way back in 2016, 17.
Right.
I came back last week from Thailand.
Yeah, like you mentioned that. Yeah. So you're in and out every once in a while.
Yeah, I'm going back there in January.
Oh, okay. How does that visiting Thailand helps you to grow things in Malaysia?
Because there are skydivers who want. There are people in Malaysia that wants to do skydiving and wants to do EFF. So the best is I prepare them the package.
Mm-hmm.
I just set the dates for them, blah, blah, and we go to Thailand.
Oh, so you're not doing it in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just for EFF.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, that's kind of sucks, to be
I
honest.
mean,
Yeah, like you have to go to another country, especially.
yeah, since we don't have, there's no one wants to invest in skydiving because they don't see it as a business.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of inquiries, especially from the Arabs and India.
Arabs and Indians.
Yeah. Because in India, skydiving more or less like Malaysia, expensive.
Oh, really?
So they like, for example, like China.
Mm-hmm.
China also expensive. Like their people come over Thailand to do skydiving.
Mm-hmm.
But for example, like the best place to skydive currently will be Australia, Thailand, and Dubai. That's the three common place that people go.
Right.
Yeah.
So, let's say when you take your students to Thailand,
Yeah.
and you do all your classes and everything in Malaysia,
Yeah.
and then just for the dives you would take them to
Yeah.
Thailand.
Yeah.
So do you have like a proper facility that you have to rent out there, or at the skydive club?
So like when we go, it's a skydiving center, so they have everything.
So
So
you're
like over here, I just do the ground school and the tunnel, wind tunnel, and once they are ready, only then I fly them in.
How common are your trips? Every month?
I try to organize like once a month or twice. Once in 2 months.
All right.
Yeah.
Now I have a few dumb questions for you, for someone who doesn't know anything, right? What about when it rains?
Okay.
Yeah. What about bird factors?
Okay, for birds, there's none near.
How?
Birds that don't fly to huge flying object.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't we see the advertisement? The bird got stuck in one of the aeroplanes, and
Because like planes, they are traveling like 300 to 500 kmh. Skydiving, we are flying like sometimes same speed as them.
120.
I mean, like what you mean under canopy or during free fall?
Just like coming in the way anywhere.
None.
Really?
20 years of skydiving experience, none.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I'll be like, okay, if I see some bird coming in the way,
I mean, like I've seen people who fly paragliding. Yes.
I've done paragliding.
Yeah. So paragliding, yes, they encounter with birds because the area that they fly
near a beach,
because they are near beach, near mountains. But skydiving is only on flatlands.
Right.
And basically, there's no birds flying at 5,000 feet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that's why it was a dumb question.
Yeah.
Okay, and now let's see. What about the rain?
So rain is based on cloud. So if you see clouds coming, there's no skydive.
No dive. Oh, okay. So you just cancel it. And can you explain me, like when you go for I think you have to be closer. When you go to, let's say, a jump, and do you have to check the air, which direction?
Yeah.
How you gonna? Can you explain the process of that?
So okay. So for example, like wind direction, we just put on the windsock. So and then we can know the direction. In terms of to get the wind speed, and then we have the wind meter. But to get all the heights, the wind from every heights, we use the wind aloft. So that's an app. So you can get all the direction and speed.
Really?
On a particular day.
So is that how you do some kind of calculation to land exactly what you want, or it's like driving? You're just trying to go there with the parachute?
It's more like driving because the release point, for example, like you're jumping from a 10-seater aircraft.
Right.
So the release point will be overhead of the place and we go forward. So the last person exit from the aircraft might be 1 kilometer away.
Right.
So he needs to fly back his parachute while the person who jump overhead the place just fly around. You know? So that's like, flying disciplines.
All right. So now, maybe let's cover some of the physical aspects of it, like as an instructor, the fitness, the long term. You've been doing this 20 years now, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are the things that, because I would like, just from looking at the process, I think your knees when landing, ankles, your back, all
Okay.
those things, like, is there any long term effect of?
There's no long term effect because okay, bones for example, like I've shattered my left bone
Right.
because of stupid mistake. Is okay in skydiving. Most of the accident happen because of human error.
Every accident, right?
Yeah, so human error. So like silly mistake. For example, like doing low turns. So people crash because not because of not deploying their pressure.
Right.
It's because of their mistake of flying stupidly.
Right.
Same as driving.
Yeah.
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 So
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Those things. So in terms of fitness wise, your knees,
So
ankles, everything is good long term.
in term of fitness to become a skydiving instructor, yes, you need to be fit. Skydiving is tiring.
Is it?
Yeah. It's
Falling
tiring
is
because
tiring.
it involves, for example, like becoming an instructor. You need to deal with the fear of yourself and also the student because you are responsible for two life.
Right.
So that makes you tired, especially when you have not stupid a slow learner. Okay,
Yeah.
because skydiving is meant for all, but there are
Yeah.
times that the sport is not meant for them.
Yeah. They're just like pushing themselves
Yeah,
through
I
it,
mean,
or
yeah.
yeah.
So like those people, there are a point whereby we need to tell them, this is not your sport. I
Oh,
mean,
you.
we allow them to jump for a
Right.
few, but then it keep on strike and strike and strike means dangerous, dangerous, and dangerous. So we
Mm.
just need to stop them before
Oh.
they kill themselves.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
good. That's why
yeah,
it's so safe, right? And
yeah.
that's why people tend to move
Because
towards it.
like for example, like when I start my class, alright,
Mm.
when I do my class, the first thing I will tell them, if anyone have the intention to take skydiving to kill themselves, just stop there. I said. The reason being, to kill yourself is easy. The hard work will be on me
Right,
because I'm the one that needs to deal with your family, the police, the court, my license. It's all will be me, not
right.
you, because
Are
you
there
will
any
be in the casket.
incidents? Are there any incidents?
I mean, there are no incident in Malaysia.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
under you,
I
nothing.
know.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay, then you should be okay. Don't worry.
Yeah.
People
So
are not that depressed.
I mean, I've encountered,
Really?
they sign up.
Wow, man,
Yeah.
that's the first.
And they sign up not for tandem. They sign up for like doing the static line.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's crazy, crazy. Okay, so let's see now the fitness level, the health wise. You have to be fit. You have to take the courses and all. Now, what are the other challenges that maybe I haven't asked you about to become a skydiver? Is there
Money.
money? That's it. It's just
Yeah.
money talks.
Like a lot of money.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of money, to be honest. I think, just to be frank, because I'm fortunate because I'm born with my dad as a skydiver.
Right.
So I started skydiving free. So I
Yeah.
got he gave me equipment, blah, blah, blah. You know?
Mm.
So I mean, like, if to start from zero, if I'm just a normal kid, start from zero up to where I am now, I think I've spent 1 meal.
No way. Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, to buy equipment, one equipment is about 50,000, and I have six. That is
Oh.
300K.
Oh, so
That's
no wonder there are no
okay,
more shops opening up, right?
Yeah, that is just equipment. And then how about the jumps? So
The
one
plane
jump,
costs and all that.
for take example, your jump per jump is 200 ringgit, and you times 1,000.
Right.
That's how much.
Oh, and then what is like equipment maintenance stuff? That's
So
costly as
equipment,
well.
so for equipment is 10 years or 1,000 jumps. Which come first?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So there's no maintenance while you
So
have the
we
equipment.
do maintenance. We do like 6 month repack cycle. So we need to open everything and check. And yeah, we do it like every
Oh.
6 months.
Right. Currently, how big is your where's your main office for Hawk?
So we used to have office in Johor, but
Mhm.
then since Johor is no more practical to skydive, so we don't have office. Is we are more mobile now.
Oh, that's actually kind of good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you
like
can be anywhere,
yeah.
right?
So when people request us to go here and there, we just go.
Oh, okay. And then where do you train? Where's your training facility? Do you book any facilities? to train?
So basically, like, for example, like if I bring them to Thailand, the facility is all included.
But you're doing ground classes here, right?
So like ground classes here, I'll do it at the Olympic Council. So Olympic Council, we like Hawk, we are a member of MSAF, Malaysia Sport Aviation Federation. So they have
Okay.
an office of Olympic Council in Jalan Hang Jebat.
Mhm.
So we use the office to run our
Okay.
class. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Now you said money. Is the money a factor also in Thailand?
Yeah.
So
Because
everywhere.
skydiving is money. It's not like playing football. You have just your boot and you can play football and have one ball.
It's like an expensive
So
sport.
you need, for example, like when you go to Thailand, you need your at least your equipment. But if you don't have equipment, you need to rent,
Mm,
and then you jump ticket.
Right.
So like obviously you won't jump once a day. Maybe you want to do like 5 jumps a day.
mm,
That will be like maybe 1,500 ringgit
a day.
a day to spend. To spend, yeah.
It's without food, without
Yeah.
drinks.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's from base jump and what's going on over there because that looks scary.
Okay, so base jump is another. It's not part of skydiving.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not how to define base jump. So base jump is more of scuba diving, but then you go for free diving without the tank.
Damn.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I get
Okay,
it.
so-
Free diving is a lot more
Yeah.
dangerous
So
and all.
so that okay in terms of base jumping is like free diving.
Mm,
There's no safety.
mm,
There's no safety. So there's no rule. There's no organization in the world that regulate base jumping.
mm.
So if you want to do it, you do it. But not most, 100% of base jumpers are skydivers.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Because the fundamental of to become a base jumper is from skydiving.
100%. Yeah. It's almost like cave diving also because it's
Yeah.
so dangerous,
So you
right?
need to, for example, like you want to do free diving, you need to become a scuba diver.
Yeah,
first, right?
yeah, yeah. That
So
kinda-
more or less the same.
Okay, so is base jumping? Talk to me something. Some of your injuries you had. I saw you had
Oh yeah.
bone fracture. Yeah,
It's
what
like-
happened there?
Okay, so base jumping like is 100%. It's 99%, 99.9% dangerous.
Hmm.
Like skydiving is 99.9% safe.
Hmm.
You have that 0.01
Hmm.
make it unsafe.
Hmm.
But base jump, it's already 99.9% dangerous.
Hmm.
You only have the gap of that 1%.
And why do people do it? Is it the just?
Satisfaction. Yeah.
Hmm.
And nowadays, like myself, I do it for my own satisfactory. But nowadays, people are more going towards content.
Right.
Yeah, so like I'm not into that. I'm not going to kill myself for content.
Oh, jeez, man.
Yeah.
It's so fast. What's dangerous about it? Is it
So
the
first,
speed of it?
First, because you are low,
Right.
you have no time to respond,
Hmm.
and then you have objects around you. For
Right.
example, like my best friend died 2021
Oh,
in
okay.
Putrajaya, hitting back the building because you are jumping in environment with tall buildings or objects.
Oh.
Yeah. And then you have only one parachute.
Did it make you stop when your friend passed away?
I still do my jumps. It's just that I'm slow down. I'm
So
more
you-
focused. I'm more focused on skydiving now.
Is it because of that incident? Yeah. So it just changes your perspective, right?
I mean, I love the sport, but there's no point for me jumping without him.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So you both were
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now talk to me about formation.
So okay, in skydiving, there's a lot of discipline.
Right.
So one of it is formation.
Hmm.
So formation, there are competition formation whereby you go around by the blocks. So for example, that you want to go for a World Cup, they give you a piece of paper with all the pictures, and you need to perform that formation, and you get the point by doing repetition.
Right.
And then another one will be the big way. So big way is whereby we go as big as we can. So like for example, like in Malaysia, we are attempting now like 20 people. Yeah, but world record is 400.
No way.
Yeah,
They don't crash. Like that's the skill, is it?
Yeah.
If they crash into
and
each other.
and like for the 400 way, they like I think 1,000 people sign up, and then they do selection. It's like not like a 1 week
right.
thing. It's like 1 month, few months thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. But are there that many divers in Malaysia? No, right?
I mean,
Skydivers?
we have a lot of skydivers. I mean, not particularly civilians, but in terms of in the uniform bodies.
Okay, so what is now the future plans for you? Like, is the apart from the one you just mentioned, you're attempting how many people? 20?
20, yeah.
20, and what else? No less base jumping. Just stop it. No need to. Don't.
So like
Skip it.
my goal now, all right. So my goal now for skydiving in Malaysia is I'm working on to get a proper drop zone, like a working 24/7 drop zone available in Malaysia, which is not fulfilled since 1978 by my dad.
Are you trying to like complete the mission of
Yeah.
what your dad had?
Yeah.
Is that the motivation?
Yeah. That
Right.
the mission. I mean, I with my see my for my being right now with all my ratings and all, I'm offered to work outside.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've been working outside. It's just that I want to fulfill my dad's dream.
Do you tell him the progress what you're making,
Yeah,
or he
yeah.
doesn't know about?
He does.
He does.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Oh, he must be
Yeah,
proud.
yeah.
How close do you think you are?
Sorry.
How close do you think you are from a drop zone, from these things?
For now, it's like a 5-year plan, because the club just had a meeting recently in Thailand where we were there.
How big is the club again? Like how many people?
So the club, we have hundreds.
Hundreds of people.
Yeah, 100 of individual. But then the one who are active, less than 20.
So it's just you guys pushing.
Yeah. So like the others is more or less like when they still wants to, like I said, because of money. They already tried skydiving, but then to continue, they are waiting for the right moment. Like we around these 20 people, we are like just pushing.
Right.
Yeah.
And are you the only one who doesn't have a side job or a side, like, to support this hobby? Or does everyone who, other than you, who is a skydiver, has to have a job?
So
and
besides me, everyone have a job.
Right?
Because I used to have a job,
Mm.
but then just this year, I decided just to focus on skydiving because
100%.
there's a lot of inquiries, right, to skydive in Malaysia. But then to fulfill that, I cannot like do multiple jobs because
I think
because like skydiving, for example, like if I want to operate skydiving just for one session, for example, like I want to do it next week, it's a 2 or 3 weeks process whereby I need to do all the paperwork to get the clearance, and then to book the aircraft, do all the calculation, prepare all the equipment. So it will take 2 to 3 weeks before we do the jumps. So if I have a job like previously, I cannot do that. Yeah.
What did you do before?
I used to work like in the wind tunnel, and then I used to work with Decathlon. I used to work with.
Oh, we have a decathlon guy.
Yeah, Fatu.
Yeah, that's how, oh no, you guys were neighbor, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the future plan. I really hope you can do it, because every time I search skydiving, for some reason on my research, apart from your company, if I like look more, there's not much in Malaysia. It pops up.
And then okay, like skydiving in Malaysia, so most that you see online, they are not even skydivers. They're just like a company selling skydiving.
How do people differentiate which one is like real?
No one knows. Even myself, I can't decide because like these people, they just send to anyone that offers skydiving, whether they are rated or not.
So they're kind of like an agent.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah. So because you can ask them what kind of certificate and what do you get to them, and they cannot answer that.
oh. But I think the only reason they would exist is because there is a demand but no supply, and that's why these agents are coming in. Don't you think?
I mean that's demand. I mean that's demand, and there is also supply. It's just that these people they are opportunists.
Right.
Yeah. So because their market is is sometimes they don't send to me, they send to other people who are not rated. For example, like there are people who learn skydiving from me and then do like maybe like 50 jumps and then open up a club
Right.
because you can register a club anytime
Mm-hmm.
and claim yourself an instructor.
You can just claim because people won't check the certificate. Oh, so if anyone wants to skydive, please check your instructor's credentials. Where is the certificate? Everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Because people
Oh,
can say, especially to those, I'm sorry to say, ex-military.
right.
Because uh, public mind
Mm.
is that if military, they are skydivers. But maybe they only do it 7 skydive for the whole 20 years.
Yeah, and I think having the skill is different, and then teaching about it is a different skill
Yeah.
altogether,
Yeah.
right? Like, oh, damn, that's dangerous. Oh, okay. I do you have any interesting story that we could maybe share? Is there anyone who passed out? I always imagine if you puke, it'll just come back to your face or anything like that. Nah.
I mean, those like uh, who puke and all, they are planned. That's why
Is
it's
it?
recorded.
Oh,
Yeah, because when you are ready to, first of all, you cannot be, for example, like I've seen the video that that guy is passing out and then went skydiving. No way. Because he needs to fill in the waiver. No instructor will take them without signing the waiver.
right. So
You
it's
know
a
what I
lot
mean?
of like content
Yeah, it's just
or
more towards content.
oh.
Like puke. No way you're gonna puke because your heartbeat, your adrenaline pump, and you are ready for that. No one will
Oh,
puke.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've seen when people, do you know the space ball? When in
Yeah.
like people just launch you in the sky, people pass out a lot in that.
I mean that is not like a, how to say, that feeling, because skydiving is something that you're only afraid at the door, not the fall. The fall is just a fall.
Ah.
Yeah. The fall is just a fall. It's not like something pushing you towards the ground.
Hmm.
It's basically just a fall.
And it's safe.
Yeah. If you deploy your pressure.
And if you find the right instructor, there's so many agents out there. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's the scariest thing.
Yeah.
The most dangerous thing about skydiving would be the agents that are just sending you here and there,
Yeah.
probably, right? That's not-
Because they don't care. Because first of all, what matters the most for them is money. Once they send to these people, that's it. I'm done. My job is done. I get my money. I'm out.
no contract sign,
Yeah.
nothing. Just take the
Yeah.
money and so they like. Do you get any students through agents, or you just say no? Or
I mean, I do, but then I ask them, like, what is their plan with the student? Do I get the student or is under them?
oh, okay,
Yeah.
it's very sticky situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite.
Yeah. Plus, also they are charging double from what I'm charging.
Oh, really? So they'll be charging like 6 grand
Yeah.
or something for skydive
Yeah. And people still pay.
because they don't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why I wonder, like, up to this era, we are in 2023, whereby you can get all the infos just from your phone, and there are still people paying that much.
And like your website or your WhatsApp is very responsive. You guys like reply
Yeah.
immediately with all the info you need. So I just don't know why people would go through agents. Maybe they're better in marketing than.
Sometimes because of race. One.
Oh.
Malays, how
Oh.
can they are certified? Maybe go to the Chinese,
Oh.
you know.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Racism sucks. Okay. My last question I just saw online when you were talking about the pictures and how people are creating content and all,
Yeah.
because that is an attraction.
Yeah.
Is it true that people are taking pictures from the
Yeah,
GoPro
yeah,
through their mouth?
Okay, not GoPro. So
How does that work?
most of still cameras,
Right.
and not the GoPro. So still cameras, they use three. Is it three?
Yeah,
I think three type of switch.
Yeah.
So one is bite switch.
Yeah.
One is the trigger switch, and one
Low.
blue switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you have the device. So if you want to snap, because you cannot, because you are
Yeah. Trying
controlling, right? So
Right.
you just bite it, or you just blow the switch inside your mouth.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's quite interesting.
Yeah,
Actually.
it's quite hard actually.
Really?
yeah. I've tried, like, it's like chewing gum, you know.
Really?
You like, because you want to
Oh.
snap, you have to.
Does it
get the
vibrate
right-
when you?
No.
Oh, so you don't know if the picture is taken or not.
Yeah.
So if you go down, there's no big. Oh, you're so screwed.
Yeah.
If that
That
happens.
is why you see cameramen, they will take at minimum 2 GoPros and 1 still. So the 2
Oh.
GoPros is, and one they put both mode, a video and photos.
Hmm.
One just video, and this one for photo.
Hmm.
So the one that have double will be the backup, because any of it can fail.
Oh.
Yeah, for example, like GoPro, sometimes people put one, and then it's just hang, cannot record.
What's the best? Like for diving, I'm not sure. Like GoPro is okay, but Insta360 has gone quite well for diving
Yeah.
also. Like what's that for skydiving?
So sekarang we still go towards GoPro.
GoPro?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it's more stabilized.
More stabilized.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do people reach you? Your website?
Just website.
Website. You have a WhatsApp number there as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
so.
Is it because I remember I saw a couple of hawks. So maybe you should clarify which hawk is it?
So I mean, yeah, so the website is skydivemalaysia.my,
Hmm.
and then for our Facebook will be Hawk Skydive,
Hmm.
Skydive Malaysia, and then for IG the same, Hawk Skydive and Skydive Malaysia.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much.